Wow, what if you would have told me before the season began that your Seattle Seahawks would be in the NFL playoffs? That's exactly what's about to happen as the Seahawks did everything they needed to do in Week 18. They got the win over the Rams in overtime, and then the Lions pulled off a upset win against the Packers in Lambeau in prime time on Sunday night over Aaron Rodgers and company. It was unbelievable. So, the Seahawks are in the postseason, and they have a chance now to basically chart their path potentially to the Super Bowl at this point. Here they are. They stand with a 9-8 record, one game above 500, and they face a familiar foe, the San Francisco 49ers. They lost to twice this year. But nonetheless, they are in the fight. They are in the wild card round to take on the San Francisco 49ers. That game will take place Saturday. It is the very first game of the postseason. We'll kick off at 4:35 Eastern, 1:35 Pacific. It'll be on the Fox broadcast network between these two teams. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that the Seahawks should just be happy to be there. I'm not going with that at all. But considering all the circumstances that were in front of this Seahawks team entering 2022, with everybody that said, hey, it was a rebuilding year, that it was a chance to try to tank of some sorts, to try to put themselves in position for a high draft pick. And here they are. They find themselves in the postseason in a chance to position themselves to go to the Super Bowl. Granted, it is a long path ahead. It is going to be very tough for the Seahawks to win any game by game. Nobody's doubting that at all. But just to get to this point is an accomplishment in its own right for the Seahawks team, considering how young they are, considering all the circumstances that they have gone through to be here. This is a big deal for Seattle to be in the postseason here in the wild card round against San Francisco. So, before we preview this game, get into the details and all that, what do you got? Seahawks or Niners? If you got Seattle, type SCA. I know you got Seattle. If you got the Niners, type SF, San Francisco. Who gets it done? The third matchup between these two teams. San Francisco got it done the first two times these two teams played. But can the Seahawks get it done the third time around? It's hard to beat a team three times in 1 year. If you believe in your Seahawks, spam SCA in the comment section and let me know. Today's show is presented by BetUS, the exclusive sportsbook partner of Chat Sports. If you go to chatsports.com/bet, you can put down a 125% deposit bonus. Put $100 down, you get $125 to spend for free at chatsports.com/bet. Use the promo code Seahawks125 to hit yours today. Chatsports.com/bet for that 125% deposit bonus to get yours today. Promo code Seahawks125. So, the final NFC playoff picture. The Eagles get the bye. That puts the 49ers taking on the Seahawks in that game that will take place in the wild card round. The Vikings will get the Giants. That should be a very good game. And then on Monday night, we will see the Cowboys taking on the Buccaneers, which should also be a very good game. Setting up the wild card matchups, 49ers and Seahawks, Saturday, 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. Vikings and Giants, Sunday at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. And then Monday night, the Bucs and the Cowboys, 8:15 Eastern, 4:15 Pacific, with the Eagles having the bye week. Man, what a dogfight this conference is. And I'll say this much. When I look at the NFC playoff picture and the teams that we just showed you on your screen, I have said for months on end, and I will reiterate, I think the Eagles are the best team in the NFL. Beyond that, though, I don't think there's a huge gap between 2 and 7. If the Seahawks play their absolute best, which, granted, we haven't seen them play their best in quite some time, but they are going into the playoffs with a 2-game winning streak. If the Seahawks play their best, watch out. They could give the Niners all they can handle. Granted, you don't have Jordyn Brooks. He's out for the postseason. Jamal Adams obviously has been out since week 1. But what we saw from Tyler Lockett in that win on Sunday against the Rams was, even with the leg injury, even with the hand injury, Tyler Lockett still had something there that he could compete at a high level. Watch out. This Seahawks team, the Niners are going to be a tough out, a tough opponent with all the talent they bring to the table. But you better believe this Seahawks team is going to give the Niners everything they can handle. They will not go down without swinging. I can guarantee you that much right now. Folks, how can you not be subscribed to the channel? We had a heck of a day on Sunday. Not only did we do our watch party for the Seahawks and the Rams game, we stayed live for the Packers and the Lions game, where the Lions thankfully came through and got the job done to send the Seahawks to the postseason. And what a night it was. We had a hell of a day Sunday. And if you think we had a great time Sunday, just wait. Just wait till what we bring you coming up this weekend. We'll do our live show Wednesday, as we always do. And then we'll bring you this game as well. News and rumors segments throughout the week. This is the place to be. If you love your Seattle Seahawks, subscribe now. You ain't alive if you ain't subscribed to Seahawks Today. Subscribe now if you love your Seattle Seahawks, and we'll get you set with everything you need to know about this upcoming matchup between the Seahawks and the Niners all week long. So here's what I'm looking at with this Seahawks and Niners game. You face Brock Purdy for San Francisco. Geno Smith on the other side for Seattle. And what's interesting to me is that Geno, in this last game against the Rams, he had, 2 interceptions? And he still found a way to work through it and rally his team to get that overtime win. If Seattle can create Brock Purdy, can create opportunities for him to make mistakes, I don't know if a young quarterback can dig himself into a hole and get out of it, if that makes sense. We've seen Geno can do that. I don't know if a young quarterback like Brock Purdy can do the same thing. So we'll do a more in-depth preview coming up later in the week. But my early breakdown of this game, my key to victory for Seattle is forcing Brock Purdy into mistakes. A young quarterback, can they find themselves in position to make things difficult for him early on where he can't dig himself out of that situation? That's what I'm looking for. More on this game later in the week here on the channel. We'll tell you everything you need to know. But I'm telling you, I'm excited. I can't wait. Seahawks and Niners, be here. Subscribe. Follow me on social media. As always, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Tyler Jones Live. And I'll see you next time right here on Seahawks Today. Thanks for joining us.